Air Elemental. Welcome back to Heroes and Whiskey. We are 3D printing our way through the D&D Monster Manual. Today we are printing monster number 79, the Air Elemental. So just a quick note, if you happen to be watching these videos in real time, now is the time of year when there is a huge end of the year sale over at my mini factory. You can get up to 50% off many miniatures, so this is a great time to go get those bigger monsters that you've been keeping an eye on. So with these elementals, we'll be looking at them individually, but I really wanted a set that looks like they go together because I think they're likely to get used in a campaign together. And unfortunately, out on my mini factory, there really aren't that many choices for such a set, and frankly, there aren't that many choices for elementals at all. There's this set from Epic Miniatures. They look really good. Epic always does a really good job. They look very faithful to the monster descriptions in the manual. If you've never done 3D modeling before, you probably couldn't pick 3 more challenging substances to model than fire and wind and water. And so, I'm impressed with the effort here and definitely with the outcome. And then there's this set from Bite the Bullet. This is a little bit more expensive. To be honest, they look very similar to the ones from Epic Miniatures. The one thing that I think makes this one stand out to me is I really do like their treatment of the fire elemental. So let's get this set purchased and downloaded, and we'll print ourselves up an air elemental. Of course, the air elemental has the ability to go almost anywhere that air can go and to whip itself into a screaming cyclone that bludgeons opponents with wind and debris. I wanted to try something a little bit different with this episode, so I went out to ChatGPT to write an in-game encounter description. So I wrote a prompt that would give a description of the monster and its size, and something a little more poetic and dramatic, and then it winding up for its signature move. And this is what it came up with. The air elemental is a swirling mass of air and wind, taking on a vaguely humanoid form that appears both graceful and powerful. It towers 12 to 16 feet above you. Its movements are rapid and unpredictable, akin to the tempestuous winds of a storm, swirling and darting with a dancer's elegance, yet with the ferocity of a hurricane. When it notices your party, its form intensifies, whirling faster as it gathers the surrounding air, preparing to unleash a devastating blast of wind as its signature attack. So I'm not going to lie, that is a pretty cool description. You could definitely use that in-game. So we're going to try this out for the next few monsters and see how it goes. I did drop that text in the description for this video, so feel free to steal it for your campaign. So in terms of how this air elemental looks, one interesting thing is that the whole set, they come on medium bases, even though the elementals are supposed to be large monsters. Now, I don't necessarily mind it because it does make the figure look a little more dramatic, as though it's kind of building and growing out of the ground. But if you're a stickler for sizes, you'll want to put it on a bigger base. Overall, I love how it looks. Like I said, wind is obviously not the easiest thing to replicate in 3D modeling, but the way that they've used these kind of streamer-like elements definitely gets across the feel and ferocity of it. And it has that slight personification that I really like with the kind of arms and clawed hands that I think help make it look like more than just a cyclone. In terms of how it printed, there were no issues with the printing. Printed fine. I did print it solid because this is a borderline size for me, in determining whether to print something hollow or solid. Because it's solid, it's a good weight. I actually really like the way that this feels. As I said, it printed fine. You can see it's got these little tiny claws on its hands. These are sharp. You definitely could pierce your skin with this. So overall, a great print and very easy to assemble, and I really like the way it came out. So in terms of size, it feels a little small to me. I mean, I think they're supposed to be, 12 or 15 feet tall, and if you figure Johnny Trinity is 6 feet, it's maybe 12 feet tall. Feels like it maybe could be a little bit bigger. You could definitely scale it up 5 or 10%, because the base starts out as a medium base. That would not be a problem, and so you can really make this any size that you want. In terms of resources, the whole set of 4 costs us $21. They actually come in pieces, so I was able to get these on a build plate with a few of our other figures. So our total cost to this point is $802, and we're still sitting at 36 days and 6 hours of total print time. Okay, so this set of elementals from Bite the Bullet definitely seems like it will work. Next up, we will be printing Cousin Rocky, the Earth Elemental.